This creep just got busted and sentenced for child endangerment. Drake Bell, or whatever his real name, Jared Drake Bell, from Drake and Josh, the show that a lot of us grew up watching, the Nickelodeon TV show, which, by the way, was overly sexualized for being a child show. Like, it wasn't even really advertised as like a teen show. It was like advertised as like a Y8 show. So it was just like kind of weird. But anyways, in the long run, makes a lot of sense because he's been busted doing some really horrible things with a 14-year-old, and as she was 15, continuing to do even worse things with her. Now, this guy Drake, he is, I guess, trying to be like a musician also now after his like child TV stuff went like weird, and like now he's trying to do music. And I guess at one of his concerts, he had a 15-year-old girl give him, and this same 15-year-old girl he'd been talking to since she was 12 years old. And before like she went to his concert and he did that horrible thing to her, he also had been like sexting her and just doing like sending really inappropriate text messages. He admitted to all these allegations. But before he admitted to these allegations, he was smirking while she was giving her testimony, rolling his eyes, laughing, chuckling at her sarcastically. It was just very dark. It was dark. And then at the very end, he tried to give this apology, like, oh, I feel sorry. I feel terrible for my victims. And it's just all so weird and creepy and nasty. And right after he was sentenced, he like went on Instagram immediately and posted a picture with his son on his lap. And it was just gross and weird and just uncalled for. And I hate to like be the bearer of bad news also, but not to be negative, it just seems like these people get away with these things all the time, and it's because they are linked to Hollywood. They have a name to them. Whenever he first got arrested for this, his bail was nothing like, I think it was $2,500. That's it. And now he has probation for 2 years and 200 hours of community service. And the most important thing, he will not be listed as an offender, as a S offender. I can't say it because YouTube doesn't like those words. And I just think that that's the craziest part of all of it, is that he did an egregious thing to a 15-year-old girl, and he won't be listed as someone who does things like that to children. It's just mind-boggling, honestly, to me. And what's most disturbing on an ending note is that he's not the only one. Like I said in my last video, my Britney Spears video, children have no interest. They should be nowhere near the entertainment industry. They should never do it, because when a child is offended, assaulted in a way, they do it inevitably to another child almost all the time. And that's what we're seeing here. It's usually like people like him and Kyle Massey, who just got busted for the same thing. Unfortunately, his story is way worse. I don't even want to talk about it. Just follow the breadcrumbs. It just seems to be a thing after thing after thing. You see so many of these young kids that grew up in Hollywood grow up to offend and assault other children as adults. When Drake did this, he was 31 years old. This was like, he was 30 years old. This was 5 years ago. She was 15 in 2017. That makes him 30. That's absolutely abhorrent. He's double her age. She went backstage, and you know what? My mother used to work as a security guard at a venue here in town, and she has said that it happens all the time. Like, all it takes is an artist pointing to a few girls in the crowd and saying, let them come back to the green room, and the people who own the venue demand that the security listen to them because they're the talent. If they want them to come back, they need to be happy, right? Disgusting. And if I believe correctly, I believe Mac Miller was one of those people. No shots fired, but I believe that's what she said. I definitely think that this is another trend of children in the entertainment industry where they don't belong, because it's not a place that is conducive for children. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. You leave a comment down below. This is a hot topic. What are your opinions? What are your thoughts on Drake? What are your thoughts on children in the entertainment industry? And make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever we upload a new video, and like this video if you liked it. See you next time. Thanks so much. I'm Allie with CNC Culture.